Hey y'all, it's Mr. C. I'm back to share something really important that we all need more of in today's world, and that's empathy. Empathy is a person's ability to truly understand how another person feels in a situation. You might have heard this quote, "You don't know me until you've walked a mile in my shoes." It's so true. How can we really understand what a person has gone through unless we have gone through the same situation ourselves? Here's the thing though. We haven't all been through the same stuff or had the same upbringing. But that doesn't mean we can't offer empathy to people that are different than us and that have had different experiences than us. Here's an example. If you know someone that's been adopted, but you haven't been adopted, you may not know exactly what they're going through, but you might be able to imagine that there's some tough stuff that comes with being adopted. And if you do, you're being empathetic to that person's life because everyone has experienced tough stuff in their own life. We can empathize with someone by imagining that everyone is an iceberg. Here's what I mean. Above the water, you know, what everyone sees, how that person is acting. They might be smiling or seem full of life, but what lies beneath the water, what's really going on in that person's life, you know, the stuff you don't see, might be tearing at that person's soul and they might really be struggling with it. This is everyone. Everyone has some stuff going on that other people don't know about. When we acknowledge this, it creates an opportunity for us to give others the benefit of the doubt. That means when people don't act how they normally act, or how we feel they should act, rather than jumping to attack mode or thinking, I'm going to teach that person a lesson, we can respond by thinking, something's going on with them. Now, I know what you're saying, but I'm not going to just let anyone talk to me or treat me any kind of way, and you shouldn't. But don't forget, we control one thing in this world, and that's ourself. Are you controlling the situation by getting loud and adding more chaos to the situation? Or did their actions control you? I never liked the thought of other people controlling my emotions. And I've never met someone that says, I like being angry. Practicing empathy can help us control our own emotions because it helps us choose how to respond in conflict situations. Look, there are times when it's appropriate to be firm with another person, but if your first response to other people's actions is always firm and loud, your life will be full of conflict and relational stress. Nobody wants that. The first step to practicing empathy is listening. Everyone needs to be a better listener. We're quick to voice our opinion, especially when we feel offended or guilty. We have to practice some of that self-control we just learned about and listen. Say to yourself, they're going through something, and respond in a way that allows you to control and de-escalate the situation. It's easier said than done, but start practicing. It gets easier and helps. Another way of exercising empathy is proactive reflection. Rarely we go into a situation without visualizing how a situation might play out. It's called role play, and we all do it, and it's natural. This is a perfect time to remind ourselves that the person that I'm about to encounter might be going through some stuff and might not act the way I expect. At that point, choose how you want to respond, and typically, you'll follow through. If you do this, you control the situation even before it happens. You'll feel confident and prepared going into that situation. One example that comes to mind is empathizing with our parents. If you did something wrong that your parents are not going to be happy about, guess what? They're going to let you know about it. It's the job of a parent to teach you. Use empathy in this situation and ask yourself, how would I respond if I was in my mother's shoes? Do this before the conversation happens. It takes the bitterness out of the conversation and allows you to accept responsibility for something you know was wrong. Look, we could go through a million different examples of how to use empathy, but we all just need to start with one or two to get the ball rolling and improve our relationships with other people. Let's make this world a more civil place to live. Practice empathy. Thanks for listening. See you next time.